Let's do this. Let's get into this month's Video Games Monthly. Okay, let's get rid of that bag. And here we go, everybody. Video Games Monthly. Just in case anyone is not familiar with this service, Video Games Monthly is a service you can sign up for online, videogamesmonthly.com. There are multiple service levels where each month you get a mystery box containing video games, ranging from the Atari 2600 all the way through to the PlayStation 4. You set up how many games you want in the box from multiple choices. I set up to get 5 games per month, but every once in a while we do get bonus games inside the box, so we'll see what we get this month. And you get to check off the games you already own on your own personalized list per console, so that way you can avoid getting duplicates. Unless you want duplicates, then just leave everything unchecked and you can get as many copies of whatever you want. But it's always a mystery, and that's one of the funnest things about this, is that we don't know what's in here. So let's do this. We're going to prop the fins open over here. We'll do that, so that way I can't see, you can't see. Let's do what we're here for, everybody. Video Games Monthly. Let's go. July 2025. Let's find out what game number 1 is. Actually, let's find out what our paperwork is, if I can find that. Where's our paperwork? Paperwork. Oh, I found the card. Okay, here we go. Okay. I dropped it. Here we go. I got the card. Nope. No bonus games. We got the standard card here, which is fine. It gives you the information about the service and also how you can share your unboxings on social media, and that can put you in the running for bonus boxes and getting additional games from Video Games Monthly. So we got our bonus card. We got our standard card, which is fine. We still have 5 games in here, everybody. I did feel a handheld something in here, I think. What do I got here? I do have some handhelds in here. Oh, my son's going to be very happy, everybody. The first game we're pulling out of here is a Game Gear cartridge. Let's find out what my son's going to be able to play on that Game Gear. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. You ready for this, guys? Lion King on the Sega Game Gear. I've never played the handheld version of this. I have the Sega Genesis version, and I have played the Super Nintendo version, and many of you probably already know how infamous this game is on those consoles. I could only imagine it's probably about the same, if not even harder, on handheld. So, but it's still such a I still go back to Lion King and play that game, so it's so much fun. I've never played this version of it, so I'm psyched to check this out. Have any of you ever played the handheld version of this? I've never played it, so I don't know how similar it is to the Genesis port. You know, obviously they got to tone down the versions here for the handheld, so the graphics tone down a little bit and the frame rate slows down a little bit, but you know, other than that, you know, it's really good versions of these games. That's really cool. And it's the same company. It was Virgin that made this. It came out, it's an official Disney release. It's got the Sega seal on there. Yeah, this was a completely official release of this game. All right, let's find out what game number 2 is. I feel another handheld. This is going my son's way. He loves all the handheld games, and this is a Game Boy Advance game. So let's see what we have going on with the Game Boy Advance. Game number 2. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. What? Wow. Planet of the Apes on the Game Boy Advance. I don't know if this is based on the Tim Burton film. Is this based on the originals? This is obviously not based on the newer ones. What year did this come out? Let's see. Can I see? This is an Ubisoft release. You know what it is? Like that view and the logo type. I don't think that's associated with either. This might be its own standalone thing, like outside of the Tim Burton film and outside of the original films, or maybe a bit of a mix. I didn't even know there was a Planet of the Apes game on the Game Boy. There was definitely a Planet of the Apes game on the PS1. I'm pretty sure it was on, and it was outside of everything. This might be the handheld version of that. And if that's the case, if I remember correctly, you play as a captured human. Like this I think takes place around the time of the original film. So like, you know, the Charlton Heston films, right? But this might be its own thing. Maybe some sort of Thorne saying it might be like its own platformer style, like Prince of Persia. I could see that being the case. That would be pretty cool. All right, we are 2 games in, and we're in the world of handheld right now, so that's awesome. Game Gear and Game Boy Advance represented so far in the box. Let's see if it keeps going with handheld or if we get some console stuff. Let's see what game number 3 is. We also didn't find the Trinket, so I'll have to keep an eye out for that. All right, I feel a jewel case, so we've got some. So we have a disc-based game in here. I don't remember putting disc-based on here. I guess I kind of mixed up the list a little bit this time around, so that's cool. We're getting a bit of a variety. But there's definitely a jewel case here, so this is going to be a loose game, not complete in box. Let's see what we got. This could be quite a few different things. So game number 3, here we go. It's a GameCube game. Oh, and it is a fantastic GameCube game. Lego Star Wars for the Nintendo GameCube. This is the first Lego Star Wars. This looks great. I don't remember it being black and white. Maybe I'm thinking of the sequel. I might be thinking of Lego Star Wars 2. I don't mind getting the loose. I don't mind getting the loose games. I can always grab a case. I have blank, empty cases that I can pop this into, and I can always put together the artwork for it. So, quick look up, it was black and white. Okay, cool. I was trying to remember. I could have sworn, like, on the Lego games, the Star Wars logo was, like, in color and stuff like that. But it's been a while since I've played this one. I have Lego Star Wars 2 on the GameCube still. Do I have this? I might have this on the PS2. I gotta check my collection. I know I have some Lego Star Wars games, but maybe I only have 2. Because 2 was the original trilogy. That came out, that's what I think I have. I think I have 2. So Lego Star Wars 2, which focused on the original trilogy, came out alongside the release of the original trilogy on DVD for the first time. And I remember picking up both of those. I think I picked it up at a Walmart and got them the same day. And I remember I took off from work that day and just watched and played Star Wars all day long. It was a great day, but what a pull right there. This is a fantastic game. Those Lego games, a lot of people who have never played them might look at it like, oh, they're just silly kids games. Let me tell you, these Lego games are phenomenal. Great pull right there. We're off to a really good start here. 3 games into this box. I feel, ooh, oh, we got a complete, possibly complete in box. I'm holding either a Genesis box or a Master System box. They were very similar, and I wouldn't be surprised if I put both on the list. So we've got a cartridge game here in its case. Let's find out what we got. The 4th game of the box. 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I have in my hand one of the most underrated fighters in fighting game history. And I have this game on Sega CD, which is basically the same game, except it's just an enhanced soundtrack and has some cinematic cutscenes. But this Genesis version is also awesome. And if anyone has played this, you know how underrated this game is. I give you Eternal Champions on the Sega Genesis. This game has some of the coolest characters ever in fighting games. And the way it handles winning, or I should say handles fatalities in the same, very similar to the world of Mortal Kombat, they're pretty much all stage fatalities. You're not putting in a whole bunch of combos for the most part. You're trying to defeat your enemy in the right place at the right time on the stage, and you get an awesome stage fatality. This game is so cool. And yes, Jeff, the box art on this, I mean, that looks like something out of like a comic book. Like, it almost looks like, you know what it looks like? It looks like Masters of the Universe mixed with like X-Men. Like the style is so good. And check this out. Check this out. MA13, everybody. This was one of the higher rated games. And then on the back, you get the artwork and everything with some screenshots of the game. It had a cool animation style. So cool. But let's find out if we are complete in box. I have this on Sega CD. It's one of my favorite Sega CD games. Let's see here. This does not feel or look like a reproduction case either. This looks original. What do we got? We are not complete, everybody. But obviously the cartridge is in there. So we don't have the manual. That's okay. That's okay. But let's pop the cartridge out and take a quick look at this here and see how we're looking. And the pins, they do need a little bit of cleaning. Not too bad. But you got the same like kind of cover art on the sticker there. And the sticker's in nice condition. And we got the end label there, Eternal Champions. And this is so cool. This is gonna become a front-facing game on the shelf back there. Man, this is awesome. What a pull right here. This may be our winner of the box, everybody. We still have one more game in the box. This, I think, for me, I think this is the winner right here. So let's see. Let's see what the last game is in this box. Number 5. And let's see what we have here. I feel... Oh, man, everybody. It's the same kind of case. Let's find out what it is, everybody. All right, final game. July Video Games Monthly. Here we go. Game number 5. Oh, it's not Master System. It's Genesis. And it is an EA Sports game that I have never played, but I love racing games. Mario Andretti Racing. EA Sports. It has sprint, stock, and Indy cars. How have I never heard of this? Look at the back of this. That looks sick. That looks freaking awesome. I have never heard of this one. The cars look awesome. Oh my god, I gotta play this tonight. Scotty, you played this? You played this one? Oh my god. I never even heard of this. Has the pit lanes and everything? Let's see if we're complete in box. Oh my god, we are, everybody. And somebody drew all over it. It's definitely been used. It's definitely been loved. But complete in box. We're going to take a look at the manual. Let me check the cartridge first. And we'll see how we're looking here. A little... This cartridge has been around. Whoever owned this, they used it. Pins look good, though. Pins look good. Label is solid. It's just a little, a little dirty. Not too bad. It's, it's not peeling or anything like that. And label's looking good. Back of the cartridge looks fine. It's just a little dirty. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. This is awesome. I am really excited to try this game out. Let's take a look at the manual, everybody. I want to see if anybody wrote anything in it. There's like... I can't tell if that's pencil or pen all over it. Like when I first opened it up, I was like, is it signed? No, it's just scribbled on. This is a great box right here, guys. In my opinion, I think this box is solid. Let me check to see if there was anything else in here. Just the bubble. Oh, no. Actually, we did get a little trinket. Let me move the bubble wrap. This is cool. My kids love these. We got one in the other box, same idea. Came with one of those little like tattoos. You put the water on it. You like put it on your arm and you put the water or the warm water or whatever, and you make a temporary tattoo. What a Video Games Monthly box. Let's run through real quick our pull tonight. Lego Star Wars for the Nintendo GameCube. A loose copy of it, but that's fine. I will get that into a case. We got Planet of the Apes for the Game Boy Advance. Very curious about this one. We got, it almost felt like fate, We got Lion King on the Sega Game Gear. So this is going to be one that may torture my son a little bit as he plays on his brand new Sega Game Gear. Lion King, man, that's going to be insane. We got Mario Andretti Racing EA Sports on the Sega Genesis. I never knew this one existed, and I'm really looking forward to trying that out. And I just went completely blurry. What's up, camera? What are we doing? So, really looking forward to playing this one. And then, I'm going to call it my pick for this box, everybody. My pick, my winner for this box is Eternal Champions on the Sega Genesis. Again, highly underrated fighter in this console generation. Highly underrated fighter of all fighting games. Like, seriously. Like, if you've never played Eternal Champions, find a way to play it. Get yourself a cartridge, get a disc of Sega CD version, or even just find a ROM of it. Try this out. It is awesome. This is my winner right here for the month of July 2025 Video Games Monthly. Freaking sweet.